In today's lesson, we're going to look at some of our linear equations and how they are connected to the graphs of those linear equations. One of the things that we're going to do to start off, though, is to look at a which one doesn't belong problem. So I would like you to take a look at the four graphs that are shown here, the lines that are graphed, and figure out which one you think doesn't belong and explain your answer. Go ahead and pause the video now and go ahead and do that. All right, so there's a number of possibilities for this, and there's no real right or wrong answer necessarily. Let me go through a few scenarios. Let's see, one that pops out right away might be C here. So C doesn't belong because it is not a continuous graph of a line. It's basically a scatter plot graph of a line. So C is a series of points. You might say scatter plot that are not connected. And in math terms, we might say continuous. Or maybe you looked at this and said, well, I think D doesn't belong. D doesn't belong because maybe it's decreasing and the other ones are increasing. So D is going downhill, so D is decreasing. And the others are increasing from left to right. Or maybe we look at our graphs and we say, you know what, I don't think B belongs because the other ones are all graphing hours and dollars. So maybe they're a job situation where the number of hours you are working, the more money you make. And this one, maybe it's related to someone coming over to your house and fixing something. So the more hours they work, the less money you have, or something like that. But in any case, the one that we have up here has actually got the two variables flip-flop. So dollars is on the x-axis and hours is on the y-axis. So graph B has different labels for the x-axis and y-axis compared to the others. Although each graph does have dollars and hours plotted, the one in B has them flip-flopped compared to the others. So dollars moves down to the x-axis and hours moves to the y-axis. So I guess I ran out of a little space, and A maybe is not as obvious of why A doesn't belong, but maybe you came up with a reason why A doesn't belong as well. But those are a few ideas, and maybe they match up with something that you said.